Yay! All right, guys, I am super excited for this live. Happy Friday. Let me go ahead and invite our guest. We're going to be talking about her conference. All right, so this is Daniela, her conference. Hello!
Hello. I'm
I
so
was,
excited to do this with you.
I know, I
Oh wait, one
know.
second. For some reason, my computer is
Yes.
going crazy. There we go.
Welcome, everybody.
I'm so excited. Happy Friday. Woo!
I know. I was explaining that too when I was trying to log in. Like happy Friday. So guys, if you're not familiar, like when you hop on live, there's like a little delay when you're like inviting others. But I'm super excited to have Dani on. This is her first live and she has
Yes.
really exciting things going on. So let's go ahead and let yourself introduce yourself to our community here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. My name is Daniela Galvez Moreno. I'm a board certified behavior analyst. I go by Dani, and I've been in the field of behavior analysis since 2016. And I started kind of like the same way that everybody starts as an RBT, and then worked my way into then a BCABA, then a BCBA, and then up until last year, 2023, I decided to take a leap of faith and quit my job. And so I decided to quit my job and travel the world for 4 months, which was an awesome experience. I loved it so much, especially right before I got married. And at that time, the opportunity to create Brown and Bloom fell into my lap. And basically, the Brown and Bloom, for those of you that don't know who we are, Brown and Bloom is a company that is developing self-improvement products that utilize ABA. And originally, our target audience were not behavior analysts, believe it or not. It was people outside of behavior analysis.
Yeah.
But as we started kind of like shift, if any of you have started a business, you know that perspectives and everything shifts along the
All the time.
way. So we decided, like, honestly, I feel like there's such a great space for personal development within the behavior analysis community that we're like, why don't we start creating CEUs that are about things that we all want to talk about, especially for women, because majority of our community is, filled
Yeah.
with women. So I started creating CEUs that talk about anxiety, overthinking, cycle syncing,
Yeah,
procrastination, work-life balance,
girl.
all these things. And although I loved making them, at one point I was like, I want more. Like these are great, but like I want to create something that has a bigger
An
meaning.
impact,
And we decided to,
right?
yes, a larger impact and something that's a little bit more different. So we decided to come up with Self Set Go, which is the conference that we're going to be doing, and partner up with amazing speakers who will be talking about how to use behavior analysis in so many different ways just outside of autism. And the cool thing is that I wanted to talk about or to talk with speakers that were not just within behavior analysis,
Yeah.
but also outside of the field. So
If
I
you're
got
gonna
a
insight and
neurologist and
neutralize.
neuroscientist who's going to talk about brain health. Like, what do you need to do so you have great executive functioning, memory, all these things. Funny enough, her name is Dr. Faye Baghetti, and she was talking about like, does your community engage in a lot of drinking coffee behavior? And I said, yeah, a lot. Like we are constantly on the go with a coffee in our hand. She's like, interesting. I'll make sure to add something about that. So I don't know what she's going to talk about caffeine. Like, is she going to say like it's great or terrible for your brain? I have no idea. But anyway, the whole point was to bring people of so many different fields to talk about wellness from a behavioral analysis perspective as well as from outside.
Yes, girl, and that's so needed, right? It's like that multidisciplinary team that we're supposed to be all a part of, right? Like get everyone's insight on one concept so we could be so well-rounded and understand. But also too, it's like now when you have another insight and like point of view, it's like now you're in a position to be able to make a choice, which we love. So it's like, now that you have this information and you're knowledgeable, you can decide how you're going to move forward, especially when it comes to mindfulness, especially in this field with burnout. It's like, what are you doing to be mindful of your time, your mind in general? Because if you're not good up here, then how are you going to be good on the outside supporting others?
Right.
You know?
like one of the biggest things that I feel like it's such a buzzword right now is burnout, right? And there's really high rates of burnout within our community. And yes, that is true. And while I want to acknowledge that so much, we can only talk about burnout for so long. Like, what are we doing to solve this problem? And that's where I wanted to be like, okay, yep, we're burned out. We hear you. Now, what are we going to do? How are we using the science that we utilize every single day for our own well-being? Because I don't know if any of you can relate to this. I am great when it comes to using behavior analysis to tell everybody else how to live their life. But when it comes to do it, like using it for my own good, I can be a little bit skewed in my ways of doing things. And I love that all the speakers that we're going to have are going to be talking about different ways on how to use it. So maybe you won't apply it in all areas of your life, but maybe you can apply it in finances. Like, we're going to have somebody that's going to be talking about investing and how to use APA to invest. All the money makers, hello. So I love that.
Dr. Eliza Frazier, I saw you in here, Mr. Financial Guy. So listen, I love that you said that too, because do you guys have a speaker to kind of explain, like, what does burnout look like? It is like that buzzword, but it affects everyone differently. And it's like, sometimes people don't even know they're experiencing burnout until it's so late. So it's like, what are some signs that people could kind of be mindful of, especially like RBTs that might not be there yet, to understand like, hey, this could be a sign of burnout. You know what I mean? So do you have like speakers to kind of like talk about that and stuff?
Yeah, we have. Her name is Emily Ballesteros, and she's actually really huge on TikTok and Instagram, and she's a burnout coach. She wrote out a book called The Burnout Cure, and she's in industrial psychology and organization, and she'll be talking about all burnout and what are the signs and how to tackle it and how it looks different from person to person and what to do about it. And of course, so one thing that I want to kind of get out of the way is like our 3 keynote speakers are not within the field of ABA. So people will not get CEUs for those, but everything else is CEU. Like, you'll get 17 CEUs, 3.5 supervision and one ethics. But Sarah Burby is also going to be talking about supervision and how to prevent your RBTs from getting burnt out and all of these things. So we're going to be touching upon burnout in multiple ways without just focusing the entire thing on burnout, if that makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Now, is there kind of like a speaker or a specific topic that you're kind of like really excited about? Like, ooh, they're gonna love this.
Honestly, I love all of the topics. I can't say, like, they're really great topics, but if there's one talk that I'm really looking forward to, especially because it's very outside of our field and it's not really talked about, and kind of, honestly, I was a little bit skeptical at first, is a friendship coach. And so her name is Danielle Bayard Jackson. And when you think about friendships and relationships, you're kind of like, oh yeah, meh, whatever. But she's such an amazing speaker that you, like, within minutes, you're just like, oh my God, I want to become friends with her. And she talks about the differences between friendships between men and women, and how for women, our friendships are so much more deep and like they're on another level of connection versus men. So for a man, their best friend gets to a level of a cousin. But for women, our best friend gets to a level of a sister. So she's going to talk about that and how the science of friendship affects our health and our overall well-being. And she like got so many different articles throughout her talks. I mean, she's been published on like all these different articles, like New York Times. She has her own book that she published, and she's been on Oprah. Like, she's amazing. I'm really, really, really excited about her. But overall, all the topics are going to be so great. That's one that I'm like, ooh, this is kind of like not ABA at all, but also so important for our well-being.
And a different perspective, right? Hold on, I gotta go get something to drink.
Yes, for sure. While she goes, thank you so much for all of you guys that are on here. ABA Versus, thank you for being here. Dr. Elijah, thank you so much for being here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the box, because I don't know what you don't know, right? So like, let's get the conversation started.
Yeah.
I don't see any questions yet. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about friendships. There's also somebody that's going to be talking about mindfulness, yoga, and ABA, which is like, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
How do you connect yoga and ABA in a space where we don't talk about mentalistic terms at all? And so she's going to be talking about that. Dr. Behavior Boss Babe, she's going to be talking about grit from a behavior analytic point of view and how nowadays that short-term reinforcement over the long-term delay reinforcement is playing such a big role in our life, and how it's so much easier to engage in the easy immediate reinforcer kind of activities versus the long delay reinforcement. So I'm really thrilled about all of these topics because they are all related to things that we do every day, especially for women when we have so many roles, right? Like some of us are just, working from home, but other people have 1,000 jobs plus their moms and wives and caregivers and all the hats, right? So I think that that's going to be super nice for everybody to learn.
Yeah, and share again, when is the conference going on and where can people purchase the tickets?
So the conference is going to be on October 4th and 5th. So that's a Friday and a Saturday. And we did it like that on purpose because people who may not be able to get off of work on Friday, then they can still attend on Saturday. Still, even if you can't go, you can still watch all the sessions for 6 months afterwards, with the exception of 2 talks, which is Danielle's, the friendship coach. She will not allow any of her talks to be recorded. So hers will not be available. And then the yoga mindfulness talk will only be available for 3 months afterwards. Every other talk will be available for 6 months. So, and it can be purchased, all of it can be done on behaviorlife.com. So self-set-go, behaviorlife.com. If you look for it, it's there. It's also on my bio. And prices are going up on Monday.
Yes,
so right
guys.
now you can get 17 CEUs for $125. And then on Monday, after Monday, so like you have all day Monday, after Monday, the prices will go up to $150. So get those tickets if you want to be a part of our conference because they will be going up.
And that's why I held it. I was like, oh my gosh, we got to go live before I need my community to take advantage of this early bird pricing. So you guys got to be aware, like you guys got until Monday, all day Monday to snag the early bird pricing for the Ready, Set, Go conference.
Yeah, and you actually have a code for them to get even a better price.
Yeah, I know. I don't have. Go ahead, share the code. It's ABA Made Easy, right?
ABA Made Easy, and you can get 15% off to get on your registration, 15% off of your registration. So even get a bigger discount before Tuesday.
Yes.
You
That's
get
like
more.
2 discounts, guys. So ABA Made Easy, and then if you're later after Monday, you still can use ABA Made Easy to get 15% off.
You can use it until the very last day. So if you're a procrastinator and you just want to wait until the last day, you can still use the code.
Yeah.
No judgment here.
Okay, and really quick though, the fact that this is your first conference, like, have you given yourself some reinforcement for working so hard to establish a conference? That is a big deal.
Thank you. I'm really excited. I think I'm really nervous of the outcome because I'm like, we have such amazing speakers and I don't want to disappoint anybody. I want it to be flawless and perfect. So I think it hasn't hit me yet that it's happening. I think I'm still in the prep and work. I'm like, oh my God, we just need to get this. I just want it to be perfect. I want it to spread out to as many people as possible. But yes, it's my very first time scheduling and doing all the parts of a conference, but I'm so excited for it, especially because the topics that we're going to be discussing are so needed in our field, especially right now when there's such high turnover rates and even people leaving the field because they don't even know what else to do and stuff. So I would love for people to even students who are not BCBAs come learn how you can use ABA outside of autism. Like there's such a bigger range of things we can do with ABA that you don't have to stick to just autism or ODM. And those will be great people to reach out to. Like these are people who are so reachable and that you can contact and be like, hey, I need mentorship. How can we do this? They're those kind of people and speakers. So Yeah,
I
for
know
sure.
Kelly said congratulations. It's a big deal. It is a big deal. And like as part of entrepreneurship, like you mentioned before, right? Like, you know, starting a business and doing your own thing, like we always forget to, because we're always focused on like that terminal behavior, right? It's like, okay, I'm going to do a conference, but you're not celebrating the milestones and the shaping process to get you there. And it's so hard to remember to like, dang, you got to always reinforce yourself. So it's like,
Thank you.
what do you do to reinforce yourself?
Honestly, I feel like for me, part of getting meeting that reinforcement is spending time with my friends and family as a way. And like my friends have been so supportive, like beyond,
That's
above and
great.
beyond, above and beyond. I have like a group of 6 BCBAs, and every time that I'm doing the smallest thing, they're like, "Go, Dani, awesome!" So just having a really supportive community is probably the best thing, and just hanging out with my friends and family, that's very important to me.
Yeah.
Especially because whenever they ask me how I'm doing or what I'm doing, they immediately start providing that social praise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, and like I said, like it's always hard because we're always striving for like the best, right? And then as you're like navigating business, it's like, oh, this is another thing that I have to work on, or like, oh, I could do this a little bit better, or like, you know, it's not done yet. We're a couple months away, but then it's like, oh my gosh, here it is the day before, and then it's the day of, and then it's like over, and it's like, oh my God, I wish I celebrated more. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes. And one
definitely.
of the things that I'm also doing a lot is like celebrating the little milestones. Like every sponsorship that we've gotten, I've celebrated it like it was the only sponsorship we've ever gotten. Like to me, it feels so phenomenal that someone believes in our mission enough to put $1. Like I don't care if they spend $500 or $5,000 or however much money, if they put any support towards our conference. I've literally every single night I tell my husband like, oh my God, look what we got! Like this is awesome, and he's just so excited. So a lot of it has to be with just talking with people about, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful. Really, it comes from a place of gratitude more than anything. Like I'm so grateful that there's people who are hearing what we're talking about and that they're showing any kind of interest.
Yeah. Well, guys, do you have anything else to kind of like recap for others to get ready? I know, so if you guys are interested, we have until Monday to get the early bird, and then I have my ABA Made Easy discount. So you definitely utilize that. You'll get 15% off. It's going to be in October, all right?
October
So
4th and 5th.
October 4th and 5th, it's virtual, so you'll have access to it for 6 months. Is there anything else that you want to share or close off on? I
I
love
just
this
want to
topic.
say thank you for having me in your part of your community. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for any of you who stayed for the entire time. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm so thankful for a community that is now starting to be open about hearing of these topics and being open to the possibilities of other speakers talking about it from a behavioral point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that at one point in our field, we were kind of closed off about other perspectives and mentalistic terms in a way, like mental health awareness altogether. So kind of like being open to the fact that we can use behavior analysis in so many other ways and talk about mental health. It's so important, and I appreciate people who are supporting our cause as well.
Mm-hmm. No, I love that. That's why I was like super excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, heck yeah, we need to let them know that this is happening and
Yes.
it's existing. But
And
also,
one thing I forgot to mention is like, in case nobody picked up on it, all our talks are within this, like the wellness domains, like domains of wellness. So we literally try to aim at every little domain from a behavior analytic point of view or from any kind of topic. So like we have friendships, we have financing, we have nutrition, we have health and fitness. We literally try to do every little domain
yeah.
so that if there's one, like maybe you're like, I don't really care about health and fitness, I need this, or I don't really care about this, or whatever, we hit all the topics. So please look at all the topics that we have available, because I'm sure there's going to be something for
I
you.
didn't even know that there was domains within the wellness. I just thought wellness was just the concept of life.
No, there
So
are,
you just
and
taught me something new.
yeah, some people say it's 5 and other people say there's 7. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for example, spirituality, we didn't touch upon. Like, that's one of the wellness domains that we didn't
Yeah.
do. But like friendships and relationships and social connections is one of the domains.
Mm-hmm.
Finances, nutrition, health and fitness, all of those are domains. And so there's a talk for all of those.
Yeah. And I think also too, it's kind of like making others realize like you can ABA yourself. Hello.
Yeah.
Like we're showing you how to be mindful and use strategies for your well-being, right?
Yes. And also, if you think about it, it's like we're teaching you how to generalize your skills outside of what you're doing right now. So it's a great way to see how it's applied. Because sometimes I have a hard time coming up with, like, for example, the finance talk. I'm like, I have no idea how she's going to mix finances and ABA. Like, where, like, what? So I'm happy to hear other ways that I can use the science that I know about, but expand my knowledge on how else I can use it. And not only within my life, but with my friends and my family and others who are not part of the ABA community.
Yeah, so. And especially on a topic like finance, everyone struggles with finances. That's also why I'm trying to like pioneer ABA into affiliate digital marketing. It's like, no, let's make some passive money here.
Yeah.
It's like free money in your sleep. Okay, guys, let me show you how to make some money online. But yeah, for sure. I love that you're bringing all those different approaches and topics all within the wellness field outside of just the general medical model. It's so needed. And
for sure.
So excited, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. One thing I forgot to mention real quick is for those of you, like, I think it'd be really cool if you have like BCBA friends or like RBT friends, where you have a group of people, even people who are not BCBAs or RBTs, they can still attend the conference. They have a way cheaper rate. So like, if you don't need CEUs, don't pay extra for the CEUs. Like if you're a BCBA and just want to be a part of it, don't pay extra. But anyway, they can come, but we also have a self-care box for the conference that you can purchase. And it comes with like a notepad, a candle, a little like stickers. It has all these things that if you wanted to do like a self-care day, like PJ kind of thing, and you all meet at one place and watch the conference together, have your shirt. I think that would be so fun. If you also just want to do the shirt, just do the shirt. But we have one that's like self-care. Actually, I have the box here. Let me show you. It's actually real cute. So here's the box. And then it says like open to enjoy your self-care activities. And here's one of the shirts, the self-care and grit. I will say
that the color
bigger, but, and then I have to admit, this is my favorite shirt.
Dang, you get two shirts?
No, you get one. You get to pick one. So this is the two styles. Do the work. It isn't selfish. It's self-care.
Ooh.
That's my favorite one. And then this one is your self-care and grid. Then you get a little self-care checklist. And a candle. And you can do eucalyptus or lavender. You can do, look at these cute stickers. Like, I love stickers. They're so, wow, disregard my terrible nails, but they're so cute. And then you also get this notepad that we created at Braun and Bloom. That's called the Project Progress Pad. And you can basically break down any big project like an FBA or whatever, any project into little different tasks and say how long you're going to be working on it and how much of a break. It's like very using behavior analysis.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And then you get this that has like a QR code and you can download like relaxation music, aromatherapy, tea, recipes. So
recipes
anyway,
too. Oh my gosh, girl! It's like a party. Literally, it's like listen, we're gonna smell good, we're gonna feel good, we're gonna eat good.
Get the tea and all the things, and get the music, and so yeah, for sure.
And you know what? Too, that checklist remind me of like grad students. It's probably like a really good thing for them to utilize to kind of like break down tasks.
Yeah.
Also for unrestricted, like all right, what are you trying to do? Let's break it down and see how long it took you.
Big projects, all the papers that you got to get working on. For sure, yes, they're all, and it's like a sample because we're going to start selling those on our website afterwards.
Now, whose idea was that? Was it your idea to put the little welcome box together?
Yes, yeah. I wanted something that people could look forward to and add on. Like, oh my God, I want to get the shirt. Like, getting the okay, I'm Colombian and I like things to be rowdy and celebratory. So like, I want a shirt that says I'm going to the conference. I want everything that makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself. And so that was one way to kind of put it all in one box.
Yes. No, I think that was a great idea, especially with the whole wellness, right? It's like, let's set the mood for what the expectations are.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I think that's all
Well,
I've
thank
got.
you so much again. I'm super excited for what's to come in the conference and to, stay up to date with all the what you have going on.
Yes,
So a
my
little
goal
recap,
is to
guys.
get all the speakers to do like a little Instagram live. So once I have those going, then I'll be happy to share with everybody when I'm going to be doing like a session like this, but with each speaker, so that you get to know the speaker and what they're going to be talking about. Because it's very
Yeah.
different to kind of read about what they're going to talk about versus them talking about it and say, this is what I'm going to be talking about. I think that will be really fun to do.
Yeah, and it's like that's why I love doing lives. It's like, let's show the face and the personality and the, like, behind the page. And it's so needed. Like, we get to engage with our communities, like see who hops on, answer questions. It's like building rapport within our communities, right?
Yes,
So
yes. It would be nice if people could pop in like a Zoom session of like to see everybody who's there. It would be so much better. We could all do that, like a Zoom session.
Well, we can set it
Yeah.
up. So
All right. Well, thank you.
yes, guys.
Thank
So
you so much
really
for having
quickly,
me.
if you guys are interested, go to Behavior Live. You can check out her, go on her page, follow her, pay attention because she's going to be going live with the speakers. We have the code ABA Made Easy. It's early bird, guys. So get the discounted rate until Monday, and then also buy the box. So you get those cute shirts and the candles,
Yes.
and we'll stay tuned for all your upcoming events.
Sounds good. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful weekend. Hugs and
You
kisses
too.
to everybody.
Happy Friday.
Bye.